Good morning. I'm going to work through some of the problems to get you started on our literal equations practice. Our solve for is that idea of solving a literal equation, and we've got examples in our foldable on this. We're going to get started on this today for 14, actually my 10-year anniversary. I'm going to show you first of all problem number 1, what it looks like if we're going to solve for n. And you have all watched my work plenty of times to know that it's best, and I write pretty big, if I copy my problem over. Now, if our goal in this problem is to solve for the n, there's a lot going on around n. I see things stuck to n, that 7 is stuck to it. 2m is also out there wanting to be added to it. So actually the very first thing I'm going to do is take this whole entire 2m and get it away from the left-hand side of the equation. I'm going to bring my equal sign down, and now I've got 7n. There's my n to get alone again. And I'm going to just be able to write this as 10 minus 2m, because the fact of the matter is 10 and 2m are not like terms, so I can't combine them. And then just like in any other equation when we're solving for our variable, and I know there's an m over here, but I don't need to solve for m, I need to solve for n. We're going to undo that 7 that's multiplied by it by dividing both sides by 7. And what the end result will be is that n is equal to 10 divided by 7 minus 2m divided by 7. Both of the terms on the right-hand side have to be divided by 7. Go back and watch this again if you need to. In number 3, let me try that one out. In number 3, we are told to solve for a. So again, I'm going to rewrite my problem. P equals a plus b plus c. Oh, it looks like it's just going to be a bunch of subtracting that I need to do. So if I have to solve for a, that means that I'm going to want to go through the process of taking away the b and taking away the c. And if I take it away from one side, I have to take it away from the other. So over here I have p minus b equals a. I still have plus c. Still solving for a. And then I'm going to take away the c from both sides. And I'm in the same position I was on the other problem, is that I'm going to move this equal sign over. I've got a lot going on. My equal's going to come over here. I've got my a alone. The c goes bye-bye. And then on the left-hand side, I can just write it as p minus b minus c. I've solved for what a would be equal to. P minus b minus c. Now, last one that I'm going to do and show you, this is a real common problem, and the reason why I say that is because this is number 5 I'm going to go to. In number 5, it's actually the formula for the area of a trapezoid, and a trapezoid has what's considered to be 2 different bases, and one of them is longer than the other. In this problem, I have to solve for h. So what I'm going to do actually, and I know this is how many of you like to operate, I'm going to change that half into 0.5, b1 plus b2. Now notice that this b1 and b2 is in a total quantity, and I say that because it's got parentheses wrapped around it. So actually, the very first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to change this back. I'll show you why in a minute. I'm going to change that back because I can undo that half in a minute by multiplying by 2. Actually, why don't I do that first? How do I undo multiplying by a half? Multiply everything by 2. And that 1/2 times 2 will make that cancel out. And I'll put my 2 over here. So I'm going to wind up with 2a equals h times the quantity b1 plus b2. It's actually b sub 1 and b sub 2. Now, in order to get h alone, my next step is going to be, why don't I divide by this whole quantity here and get it all the way out of there. b1, b sub 2, b sub 1 plus b sub 2. And then, here I go, big mess of an answer going over to my number 6. What I'm going to have then, these would cross out. 2a over b1, b sub 1 plus b sub 2 is going to be equal to our h. All finished up. So manipulating our equations to solve for a particular variable, and we're using the same process we were when we were solving equations and getting an answer for a variable rather than an expression of other variables. Good luck.